I wish you all an advanced happy Durga Puja and on behalf of all the teachers. And I hope that you are going to enjoy your vacations also. But before that, I have come here after a long while to discuss about something very important which we noticed that many of you are not aware of how to start and how to end and how to frame your own story. So today I have come here and I am making this video for you all to understand what a story writing is all about. Now there are three different categories which we follow. One we have already told you, that is your composition, that is your essay writing, right? So that we already explained you in the classroom, that what is your essay writing or composition writing. Now we already explained you what is your letter writing. After letter writing there are two formats. One is formal, which we write to the principal, to the officers, or something which is very formal. And another one is informal letter, which we write to our friends and relatives and family members. So these two things you all are acquainted enough to write your own things. But one thing which you are not acquainted enough to frame your own story, that is your story writing. Now story writing or telling is a different genre which we should know, everybody should be knowing. You all think that whenever a topic is given to you, you randomly just jot down your thoughts into a paper and you think that that is the story. No. Story has got many things which we should know. There are few elements of the story. There are few things which we know, which we should know about a story, right? So today I am here to discuss about story writing. Okay? So you just see in the background what I have written here is story writing. Now the basic step of story writing is what, and the steps and the examples. Okay? Now I am going to tell you what is actually story writing all about. Okay? So children, what is a story? Okay? Now story is something which has already happened in your past, related to your past experiences maybe, or your dreams, or your something you have faced, an accident, an incident, a function, or many series of events that you have already come across. So always remember, the major thing which we should follow while writing a story is the sentences should be framed in the past tenses, because story is something which you have already faced in your life, which has already has happened in your life, and you already have come across that is your past now. Okay, and from your past experiences you frame your own story, whether it is a fictional story. Now what is a fictional story? Which is not real, which is something related to aliens, something related to sci-fi, your science and all these things. These are your fictional stories. Now, like movie, always they write this is a fictional story, and which is non-fictional means that is related to your real life event, something very important that has happened, a political event or something which is really happened, that is non-fictional. And fictional means something imaginary, okay? So let us read. What is a short story? So first we will read about a short story. A short story is a work of fictional narrative prose with a few characters, limited setting, and a single major event. Now a short story is meant to be read in a single sitting. What do you mean by this? Narrative. Narrative means a thing which we narrate, a thing which we have, which is a topic is being given to us, and we narrate the later part. We elongate, we linger, and we just write down the topic in our own way, and we just frame the sentences and relate to ourselves, keeping us as the main characters or framing some of the characters, and then we start writing the story. Okay. Next we will learn what are the elements of story. So I was telling about the elements of a short story. Here it is written the elements of a short story. It's not about short story. What is a short story? A short story is when you are given the words to write between the limit of 200 to 250, or else when you are given a story that you need to write just one or two paragraphs, that may be a short story. But generally a short story is all about writing a very short story which will be ending very like something has happened in the past and you just wanted to narrate it in a very shorter manner. And what is the long story? Which will have many twists and plots and climax and many other things will be there. Many suppose when you are watching some thriller series, there are many things you might be thinking that now this is the end, then again you read or else you see a movie, you get to know that no, this is not the end of the story, there's something else which is going to happen next. Now this is a long story, right? So let us see the elements of a short story or elements of a story. So the first is setting. Now the setting of the story means you have to set the story, you have to frame the story, you have to think about a title, you have to think about the theme also, that yes, I'm going to start the story like this and this is going to be the setting of the story, these will be the characters and this will be the plot around which my story will be revolving around. So this setting you have to do first of all in your mind. That is the first element of a story. Next is characterization. Now what is characterization? Don't just bluff. Just don't give that Ram, Sham and Sita Gita. Sita was standing near the river and somebody came over. No, please don't just use the similar characters. Think about new names. Think about something which has happened in the recent past and just try to give the special characters. If you're writing some fictional stories, as I said, fictional stories means which are the imagination stories, which are imagined. This cannot happen in real. Okay? And next is which cannot happen in real. So you try to give some special characters which will play a good role in your story, right? Suppose you're writing a story on aliens, then try to revolve the story around an alien. Suppose there was Krish, right, or something that a fictional character. So there was Jadoo and there was the Hrithik Roshan's character. Now the story was revolving around them, right? So the protagonist should be special and the characters which they will play should be special enough, which will drag the interest of the reader or the listener, both in storytelling and writing. Okay. Now next is the plot. There should be a plot around which the story should revolve. Just now I said before building up the characters, there should be a plot around which the story revolves. Okay. Now next is conflict. Now what is the conflict? Try to give some important things like this happened. This is a thing for which something got disturbed, and from there a new story evolves. Okay. So try to use some conflict and try to use something has happened which has disturbed the entire scenario of the story. So that is the conflict. Then climax. What is climax? Have you ever been to a movie hall? Have you ever seen the interval time? What is the interval time? Generally, when we go to watch a movie, the interval is based when the climax takes place. Now what is the climax? Now climax is something the story is going very monotonous. You feel like, this is the story and yes, this is going to how it is going to end. But then again, the interest again comes back to read more. Oh no, this is not the ending. The ending is something else. So that is the climax, when you decide and twist the story in such a way that another story evolves and you just get blank. Okay, my God, this is not the story. This is something else now. Okay, so that is the climax. Try to give a good climax. Then resolution and theme and point of view. These are the major things which you should focus on. Again, the next is resolution. Resolution means you have to fit the story in such a way that it gives an interest to the reader as well as the listener. You narrate the story in such a manner that it will drag the interest of the reader and that person should feel that yes, this is a story which is having a good weightage. Okay. Now next is the theme. There should be a theme. Like a theme which should be given, like even it is a fictional or non-fictional or a incident which has happened, there should be some basic theme to the story, right? And last is your point of view. Now your point of view matters a lot. What is the point of view? What is the POV? That is your point of view. From the story, what is your point of view? And according to your point of view, the reader will also build the point of view. Or else the reader will have some other point of view. So point of view is the conclusion of the story. Okay. So these are the basic elements of the story. First the setting, characterization, plot, conflict, climax, resolution, theme and point of view. So these are the basic elements of the story. Again, after the video, I am going to add some clips which would more describe and further describe in a better way how to write the story. Please children watch the video very carefully. It is definitely going to help you out a lot while writing the story. So now you see this video. Along with this video, we are going to send you some reference link for this again story writing. and these links and this video particularly is going to help you a lot for writing a good story. I hope you write the story in a very good manner, and we all hope that in the vacation at least you learn a little bit to write, how to write the story in a proper manner. Okay children, so please watch the clips as well. Okay.